How often should you be changing your pin posts on your TikTok account, or at least reevaluating if you should be changing those pin posts on your TikTok? It is incredibly important to make sure you're using the most effective content for your pin posts. You get 3 pin posts on TikTok, and a lot of people will lean into the idea of, well, this is my most popular video. This is the one that got the most views. But if that video does not serve your audience, those vanity metrics of the views don't actually matter. So you need to be assessing critically what is going to push the needle forward in your business and be the most profitable for you. You are looking for videos that are going to educate and entertain your audience and give them a reason to stay. Because when people see your TikToks and they click over to your profile, these are the first things that they're going to be seeing. They're going to look at your photo, they're going to look at your bio and your links, and they are going to look at those first couple of pinned posts. And that will make or break whether or not they're going to subscribe. They want to know who you are and why you are going to serve them. So it has to be the most relevant, it has to be the most actionable, and it has to be the most current for you, because your business now looks very different than your business 1 year ago. Your business now looks very different than 6 months ago. Business now looks different than 3 months ago. So going in and critically assessing everything from the top of your TikTok down to those first 3 posts is incredibly important, because just because you really like a piece of content or it was really actionable for your audience 2 months ago doesn't mean it's the most effective thing for you right now. So you need to be going into your TikTok, I would say once or twice a quarter. You do want to make sure you're doing this very often. So a quarter is a fourth of a year. So we know the first 3 months, next 3 months, next 3 months, next 3 months. You want to make sure during that 3-month period, you were going in 1 or 2 times and critically assessing to see if it's the most relevant. You do not necessarily want to be changing it all of the time. If you want to change it monthly, you can, but that could get to be a little much for you. So I want to see you do it once or twice every 3 months. Every quarter, I want you going in once or twice and reevaluating it. Now, does that mean you have to change it? No. It means you are assessing to make sure it is still the best fit. And that's the question you have to ask. Is this the best fit for my audience right now? Is it the most relevant? Is it the most time sensitive? Is this the most one that's going to move the needle forward for me? Is it going to be the most profitable for me? You have to make sure you are very aware of what is working for your audience right now. And so we've actually talked about this for some of the other platforms as well, the other social media platforms. And this is a slightly different answer than I'm giving for those other platforms, because TikTok is so fast paced and so fast moving. You have the ability to be seen very easily and very quickly and very viral on the platform for any given piece of content, which means at any given time, people are going to be coming to check you out. You have a much further reach on TikTok than anywhere else, and you're getting more people just viewing you and wanting to be in your space or considering wanting to be in your space than you do on these other platforms. So you have to put a little more work and a little more effort into staying up to date on TikTok. So every couple of months, at minimum, every couple of months, you want to be going in and reassessing to make sure it is the most valuable, updated reflection of your business as it is right now. And you have to come in with a critical eye, because a lot of us will think, well, this is what I'm doing in my business. But if you actually look at your business might have shifted a little bit. You might have a little bit of a different focus, and you need to make sure it is so clearly aligned with what you're doing right now and how you're engaging with your audience. Because if it's not, people are not going to subscribe and they're not going to follow along. They are not going to be there to see the rest of your content, or to at least volunteer to see the rest of your content. They will, of course, see things as they're scrolling, but that's not the same thing. So your goal is to ask yourself, are these the most relevant pieces of content for right now, for the audience that is viewing me this week, who might potentially pay me for whatever product, service, thing that I offer? Is this the most relevant for them to understand who I am, how I serve them, and why they should be here in a paid capacity in my space? If it's not, it's time to shift and it's time to change these things. And the beauty of TikTok is that if you don't have content that is as relevant as you want it, you can make it. You can make it today and you can post it and then you can pin it. You can do whatever you want. So do not be swayed by vanity metrics of how many views you got. Make sure it is, how relevant is this to my audience, to get them to follow, to get them to buy into whatever it is I am doing, and to get them to eventually pay me to work with me in whatever capacity is that I offer them. Doing that is going to allow you to have a much more profitable channel. And we talk all about how to make your TikTok profitable and all of your social media profitable with less stress, with less overwhelm, and with less time commitment with our daily videos here on the YouTube channel. So follow along, hit that subscribe and notification bell, and drop your questions down below as we continue to help you make this your most profitable year ever and take a lot of that work out of it to make you a more effective, more efficient creator. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.